we want to thank our friends at Ag Day for that story. And now we want to get some perspective on the online exchange from Derrell Peel, our livestock marketing specialist. Derrell, what are your thoughts?
Well, you know, questions of price discovery in fed cattle markets and this issue of cash markets getting thinner and thinner has been a concern for a long time. This fed cattle exchange is a new response to that, a relatively new response to that. And honestly, I'm very encouraged by it. I think it is serving a role to provide a weekly, you know, very open, transparent kind of view of the markets. It has enough volume, I think, to really provide a perspective. So, and we've seen in the last few months to a year that cash market transactions have increased as a percentage. So I do think that the market is showing less of these symptoms than before.
We talked about it being relatively new. What do you think the next steps are to make it even more successful?
Well, you know, I think there's still a lot of sort of wait and see attitude out there. Jury's still out. But honestly, I don't know that it has to change a lot. I think some people maybe have expectations that it needs to have significantly more volume than it has today. But it's really not clear that it needs a lot more volume. It'd probably be nice if it had a little bit more. One of the problems with thin market issues is sort of how thin is thin. And that depends on the market. It depends on the situation. But one of the things we tend to see in our research on thin markets is that it doesn't take very much volume to overcome or to provide the kind of price discovery that really helps the market.
Let's talk about the latest cattle on feed report and what some of the numbers showed you there.
You know, the February cattle on feed report showed us that placements in January were about 111% of last year. Marketings were about 110%. There was one more business day in January this year compared to a year ago, so that explains about half of that increase. Both of those were well anticipated, and the on-feed total for February 1st was exactly as expected, so there were really no surprises in this report at all.
There is some new weight breakdown information in the report. Talk about that.
You know, for years we've gotten weight breakdowns that included everything over 800 pounds as one category, so 800 pounds and up. But we've known for a number of years, in fact, if you look at the percentage of the placements each month that are in that 800 plus pound category, it's increased from about 28% to over 36% in the last 5 or 6 years. So there's more cattle in there, and we really didn't know what the distribution of those weights were. So now, starting with this new report, we get a breakdown of 8 to 9, 900 to 1,000, and then over 1,000, at least for the national numbers. So that's going to be very helpful to us over time to really understand what the distribution of those larger weight placements are. We don't expect weights to come back down. They may come down a little bit. They got high because feed costs were so high at one point in time, but we expect that they will generally stay high. So this new information over time is going to be increasingly valuable to us.
A clearer picture of what's really out there, right?
Absolutely. Help us anticipate the timing of these fed cattle marketings.
Okay, Derrell Peel, thanks a lot. We'll see you again soon.